Those guys had guns. They just left him. All they had to do.
Looks like they managed to get away.
Bad decisions. Yukari had a bow, for crying out loud.
We got out in time. It's nice to meet you, Labras. I'm Yukari Takiba.
What was he so worried about anyways? They only had small arms.
Oh, yes. I'm Kanemata. Wow, so it's true that you're like Aiga's son. Oh, and this is Koromaru. Huh? A dog?
A
He's
dog?
not just a pet. Koromaru might not look like it, but he can fight as well.
Apparently she can't understand dog.
Takeba-san? You're dressed in a kinda interesting way.
I like that she has more common sense than, I guess, in a lot of ways.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I got picked up suddenly from my job, and I didn't have any time to change.
Nice mongrel. No. He's too old to be in high school, so they had to leave him. That is so true. Damn you,
I
Japan.
bet I'm never gonna hear the end of this. Also, you can just call me Yukari. I hope we get along, Labras.
I want to see a Persona game with middle-aged
That
people.
organization would come after us now at such an important time.
I feel like
Kurosawa-san hadn't gotten that tip. We'd be doomed.
middle-aged adults are like the perfect character archetypes to use in this type of series because grown-ups have so many more problems than high schoolers.
Hey, right. What's going on with those guys?
Lifelong stars, that's not confirmed.
Public safety?
We don't know how old that maid is. She could be this could be a part-time job for her. You don't know. Don't you know in anime that all maids are young?
They say Mitsuru-san set everything up. She would never.
Actually, that does sound about right, Sad Happy Matt.
I can't understand it either. All this about honor and adult circumstances is foolish.
Screw you, Ken.
Yeah, but there are some people in public safety who don't agree with that. Or else Kurosawa-san wouldn't have gotten that anonymous tip.
Oh, that reminds me. I wonder if Kurosawa-san's okay.
So I guess public safety went after their base
Koromaru
once they
says
found
that
out
he's all right.
the boss is gone.
Huh? Can you understand dogs too, Yukari-san?
Well, no, but I've known Koromaru for a while, and that just seems like what he's saying. I'm sure Kurosawa-san will be just fine.
There were two guys with guns. Why are they... Oh, God. These people. Oh. Koromaru does remind her of Snowy.
So where are we
Maybe
going
an
now anyway?
ancestor.
We're gonna go look for Mitsuru-san and them, right?
The middle-aged people are slinks. They solve their problems by talking to high school kids. You know, okay, well, maybe not middle-aged people, but like...
Right. It looks like there was an increased shadow reading someplace called Inaba, and they were headed there.
Maybe
We'll
if
go that way for now.
they made a series of about people Adachi's age, I think that would be perfect. Even Adachi himself would have made a good, like,
Inaba.
main character, if anything. If only he chose the side of good. Wait, what? P2 has 2 party members over 30? Damn. That must have been back in, like, the more
Don't look so
more traditional
worried.
days.
I'm sure Mitsuru Senpai's fine.
When heroes were older.
Hiko Senpai, Fuka,
It was-
and even Aigus with her after all.
It was okay to have grown-ups be heroes back in the old days. Kenshiro was probably, like, somewhere in his late 20s, early 30s. You don't have heroes like that anymore.
You're Aigus's sister, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Kenshin was pretty
I was
old.
made just before her, though.
You seem so stiff. You don't need to be so polite with us.
I heard that you were an earlier model than Aige-san, but you don't seem less advanced at all. You seem perfectly normal. Do you fight with that axe you're carrying? Could I touch it?
I would have loved to have seen Ken nerd out at Yukari's costume. It's a shame they didn't write that in.
Yukari-san, have you been able
Whoa.
to make contact with Yori-san?
Apparently there's wind blowing against her hair every time she talks. How old do you think the P5 character looks? He's supposed to be in high school, right? I mean, he's wearing a uniform. Though, I would actually be stoked if it turned out he was a college student and that's why he was in a big city. That would be badass. Oh, so this is confirmed. Kikuno isn't a Persona user.
I completely forgot. Hold on a sec.
You know, Prinny, I really want him to be a college student. Though not many colleges make you wear uniforms, do they? It's a shame.
Saikawa-san, you're not a Persona user, are you?
Yeah, lifelong stars. All the protagonists have been second years thus far, right? I think that's kind of a standard.
Please call me Kikuno. And no, I only have the potential towards the dark hour.
Oh, so Kikuno is only like... She's like a Kutsuki.
Oh, I didn't know you had that. Even the maids in the Kirijo family are amazing.
That's demeaning, Ken. What a brat.
So that means you can't fight shadows, right?
Oh no, that is
Any
true,
dangerous
the
for you to come
Earthbound.
along?
That is very true. Dude, if Toriumi was in there... if Toriumi was a playable character in Persona 5, I would, like, shit a brick. I don't know, maybe we're just too old for the series. Or some of us are. Too old for high school stories and adventures. I don't want a culture fair. I want a job fair event. Or a career networking event on my calendar. I want a company Christmas party. Not Golden Week.
There are more ways to deal with shadows than the direct method. We've never met in person, but I was involved in the operation to rescue you last time.
But you get so much freedom. You can spend days where you do nothing but sit around and play video games. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that pretty. No, that was what was it? Career
best of our abilities to fulfill the
consulting
roles
or
we've been
something?
given. That is what it means to fight.
I remember what that was. But that's the thing, yeah. Like
She's
like
a true
Earthbound says,
professional.
like you don't have those limitations, so you very well could just waste your time in the game too. Like those freedoms have always been there. But it would be nice to see an adult spin on that. I mean, the games are rated mature anyways, so why not? It basically ensures that anyone who plays the game in the United States has to be a grown-up. Don't you know, Earthbound, all interesting high schoolers are transfer students. Anime confirms this.
It's no use, he's not picking up. This is so important. Why now?
I find it interesting that Yukari has Junpei
Oh,
on
well.
speed dial still.
We'll just have to begin our search on our own.
I suppose they're
I know,
friends, but
Kikuno-san. I'm surprised you knew where we were without having to contact us at all.
I think she's an inside man.
I traced the GPS signals from your cell phones. We're still partners with the police force, so it's no problem to do that in an emergency. Then again, we've just seen how even that doesn't always help.
You mean about Junpei-san?
Stop ragging on Junpei-san. He's on a train.
Inconvenience us.
The dude coaches baseball on his weekends. Give him a break. His girlfriend died and came back to life. He had a lot of weird shit happen to him.
Oh dear, I almost forgot. Labra-san, please review these documents until we arrive at our destination.
I think you just collected some evidence. Oh.
Fuka-san asked me to tell you about this, but under the circumstances, would you please look through the material on your own? It's a summary of the activities that took place 3 years ago.
You know it'd be badass, actually, if Persona 5 took place in a juvenile center. So it's just a bunch of juvenile high schoolers. That would be amazing.
I see. Whoever's behind what's going on is definitely connected to those events.
I think it looks good on you. A proper appearance is important when going out on a grand stage.
Earthbound, I'm willing to bet it's going to be Q4. I doubt they'll have it. That franchise takes a shit ton of time to do. And I think it's probably mostly the writing. Although, as to whether the PS3 or PS4 release will be simultaneous, I guess we'll have to find out. I get the feeling one of those two consoles are gonna, like, make it late, though.
Thanks!
Yukari-san, Ken-san, I have acquired evokers and suitable weapons for you.
Oh, they still need evokers, huh? But Labras doesn't even need an evoker.
Wow, thank you! This would be the best for me.
Wow, a gun! And a giant... How did they fit that in the helicopter?
Kikuno-san, what is this?
Okay, so that wasn't the bow from the set.
It's the ultimate arrow!
It's so pink.
I acquired reference material from the publisher and had it made.
I was wondering about that.
It's more functional than the prop on your show.
That's pretty funny.
I'm pretty sure that makes it the best bow ever created, but...
I was just hoping they got it from the Tartarus or something.
Factor you're comfortable with would be best.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to have a logical explanation like that.
Was my arrangement unnecessary?
Yeah, it was unnecessary. No, it's fine.
I like it. Can I see it for a moment?
At least...
We're circling around.
At least Ken's
Please
being
hang on to
honest
something.
with himself. Called a bow and arrow. Dude, if I could have a functional Power Ranger bow, I'd use that at the archery range, like, every day. Not embarrassing at all. You know, what's really weird about this scenario they're laying out right now is that the car's still there, the guardrail's broken, but why hasn't any emergency response come? This was like the perfect opportunity for a trauma center tie-in. And then you would have had to operate on Aegis. That would have been an amazing mission.
Let us be optimistic and assume that they're still alive. If they were captured, then the enemy values their lives and will do no harm. We do have a chance.
Oh, dude, the injured driver was in there this whole time? It's like nighttime, right? He must have been in that car for like hours. Oh, I see. So Kikuno intentionally prevented the reporting of this. So the trauma team couldn't come into play.
It's amazing that you know how to pilot a helicopter, Kikuno-san. I heard that it's hard to hover in the mountains. Did you train for that?
Only a couple of years ago.
Obviously, lifelong stars, they had to use an EM jammer or something. Oh, no, they used electricity because that's her weakness, right?
You were in an assault with a helicopter? Where?
They just have to cast Zio twice and then she'll be stunned
Just a high
for 2
school
turns.
dormitory.
Huh? Oh yeah, I remember that.
I decided to learn how to pilot in the event that if someone attempted the same move, I would be able to respond properly.
Oh, damn. Well, I finally got in touch with Junpei. I don't know why, but he's already at Yaso Inaba Station, so I told him to stay there. In any case, we should head to Inaba too. We might find some kind of clue there.
Whoever did this must be the same person who kidnapped Labra-san. It's unthinkable anyone else would be able to do that.
To crash a car?
The question is what he intends to accomplish by kidnapping them.
Man, I wish they had like a local time clock.
Strong win, while the weak disappear. Tonight, we will witness the hottest battles in all history. The goddess of victory is waiting to descend upon the
Clearly
realm.
the main villain is
P1
voicing this
fans,
right now.
Are you ready?
Boop
Are
shot.
you ready?
Time to let loose! An all-out war!
The contestants in the previous P1 Grand Prix have returned for another tournament, right on the heels of the last one. These warriors will create another legend here at the world-shattering P1 Ring! These are battles of honor, battles of will. Sparks will fly. Some fight for pride, some fight for glory.
I like that a rapier can deflect a folding chair.
Will this be decided by pure muscle, or will a battle of wits determine the outcome? Things are heating up!
Notice how they didn't redo the video to say Teddy instead of Kuma. I think that's
Who will be crowned with the winner's wreath? Whose
a little sloppy on their end, but I guess it's unnecessary.
All that remains are the dreams of the warriors. As the Grand Prix plunges into its final chapter, the P1 climax is...
Barely getting started!
Dude, yeah, Luster. I was totally thinking that. Like, they gave it to Margaret instead. I totally wanted to do a suplex in this game.
Hey, what was that just now? Weren't those the Persona users in Inaba? It showed Mitsuru-senpai and the others, too.
I read the case records. If I recall correctly, was that the Midnight Channel that was being broadcast in Inaba? I was on it too, but it wasn't like that last time.
Now, come to think of it, actually, Lifelong Stars, do you know, what were the conditions for the high schoolers to use personas in 1 and 2? Because obviously they're very different in 3 and 4. Lester, I have yet to see someone do that with Margaret.
General Teddy?
Is it just a normal
But
throw?
I thought I already...
There's no way I'd go away so easily. I mean, a P1 without me is like a tuna sandwich without the tuna.
Boss mode Margaret does over 7k damage with that suplex. Holy shit. That is amazing.
He can hear us? Isn't he that weird persona user named Teddy?
No, he must be the General Teddy who hosted the fighting tournament last time. The record said he'd been eliminated, though. General Teddy, where did you take Mitsuru-san and the others? If you don't give us a good answer, you're gonna pay!
That is a weak threat.
It's past your bedtime, Cubby.
Oh,
If
snap.
you're giving me lip, I'm not going to explain anything.
Only stupid characters make threats like that.
Explain?
That's right. I mean, the three of you are very important guest stars in the P1 climax, after all. So you'll participate, of course. Right?
What? What are you after?
Philemon is the blue butterfly. Oh, the one we keep seeing in P3. Although I don't think we saw much in P4.
If you value the lives of the hostages, you don't have any choice but to participate.
Sad, happy, mad. They got a lot of fuel. They just refueled their helicopter, remember?
The P1 climax. It's the end of the world. One-on-one deathmatch that's worthy of the name Climax. And best of all, if you don't win the one-on-one tournament to the finish within the hour, the world will end. No punches pulled this time. I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands.
Yeah,
This will
now the
not
real
take
voice is showing
place
up.
within the TV world. It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can. Alrighty then. Time to show off how that special stage is going.
And and cutscene. They're really cutscene heavy in this story mode. Same cutscenes.
Was that Mitsuru Senpai?
Sonata-san, Aiga-san, and Fuka-san too!
What will be the fate of our captured queen and her loyal minions? Oh, and this is a no-fly zone. We don't have any room in the parking lot for that thing, so you'd better start walking to the battleground. As a little incentive, Persona! Kintoki Doji! Throw him a tomahawk!
Oh, a tomahawk missile. I forgot about that.
An alarm? No. There really is a missile coming our way. Evasive maneuvers. Brace yourselves.
A missile? Ah!
I mean... Oh, I guess none of the characters do have Tetrakarn, come to think of it. The best bet would have been Yukari if she used Garudine, but...
Are we hit?
It barely missed, but there's a good chance that it will still detonate.
It exploded! Wait,
Huh? That's pretty funny.
He obviously missed on purpose. It was most likely fired from the direction of Inaba.
That is not funny at all! Is he trying to start a war or something? Wait, what is that?
there's something in the distance.
It's huge!
Huh.
I'll zoom in.
No way. This is just like...
Tartarus.
If Kikuno didn't have whatever powers she did, the helicopter would have no pilot when the fog rolled in. You know, well, no, they didn't just create it for this storyline either, Mongrel no. Like, there were other characters who were conscious during the Dark Hour, but didn't have personas as well. This was something in P3. Although, when you think about it, there are also characters in P4, like, I can't remember what his name was. Mitsuo, I think? Who was in the TV world, but rejected his shadow. So technically he's not a persona user, but
I'm sorry to do this.
he was able to
but I
go
have
in,
to withdraw
right?
Before we're shot down.
Oh, no, maybe not. He was dragged in, technically.
But we've come so far.
Same thing
If
with
they fire
Nanako.
another one at us, I won't be able to dodge again. Even if it's only a firework, a direct hit can still bring us down.
Hold on, Kikuno-san. Can you drop low enough somewhere so we can get out?
There's no way. If we land, we'll be sitting ducks.
No, once we're out, you get out of here. You don't need to land.
What are you saying?
Please, do it.
Obviously,
Remember, General Teddy asked us to come on foot. We'll manage somehow.
you've got a helicopter full of action heroes here.
Understood. I'm looking for a landing site. There appears to be a large shopping center nearby.
She's just continuously dodging missiles this whole time.
Labra-san, please take this. It may be of use.
Oh.
It
Micro
contains the
stick
data that was
tool.
taken from the Ergonomics Research Laboratory's
that-
top-secret files. The creator's name is Shuji Ikutsuki.
Is that a Sony memory stick? And not even the one you put in a Vita. It's like the really old memory stick. Oh, those bastards. I fucking bought that for my PSP, and I was so mad when it wouldn't work. Mongrel, I don't know. But did she have any significance before this, or did they just introduce her? She had a slight mention in the first game, in Persona 4 Arena, and then I believe Lifelong Stars, or someone mentioned in the stream a while back that she appeared in the audio dramas. Luster, memory stick confirmed canon in Persona universe. The Kirijo group is Sony. That is what we have confirmed. The Kirijo group probably made a PlayStation 4.
The file name was Project Puppet Master. I'm not entirely sure if that's a code or a description of the project.
But yeah, Mongrel or Gnome. There's
That'd be something to do with...
back when the
me,
games
I guess.
first came out, they released a lot of side story media. You could, if you knew Japanese, you could probably find the drama CDs and maybe some. They probably had novels of some sort.
I was only able to decrypt a portion of it, but it seems to be data on an experiment involving a plume of dust.
An experiment with a plume of dust. So, why are you giving this to me?
It may assist you in determining the enemy's identity.
Plus, you're the only one with a card reader built into you.
I found traces of an unauthorized attempt to access this file from outside of the Ergo Research Network. I investigated this and found that the requests made to break in originated from this vicinity, likely from within Inaba itself.
Man, there's a
Huh?
really long helicopter
So
ride.
someone in Inaba knew about that research before all this started and was looking for it?
The firewall prevented the intruder from accessing your file, but the attempted hacker didn't even try to cover their tracks.
What?
I have a hard time believing
Who would do this?
Minazuki would have the computer chops to do this. That seems a little weird. Which makes me still wish Revolver Jesus was alive, because at least his other buddy, the one with the grenades, could have done it.
It was only in fragments, but the name Sho Minazuki appears many times in those files.
Minazuki.
Who is he?
I'll contact you once we crack the encryption, but in case it becomes difficult to transfer the data to you, I'll give you a copy.
Then I'll download that data into myself and take a look at the parts that you've managed to decrypt.
That would be for the best.
Gotcha.
Very
Thanks.
convenient. She's like Meteor Man, but for the 21st century. 90s reference, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I like that. I like that Labris has a memory card slot. But probably just one. I swear, this pronunciation thing is like... They had the guy come in, mispronounce it once, and they were like,
Prepare to disembark.
sorry guys, the rest of you have to say it this way, because that's how he says his own name.
Hold on, over there. Isn't there someone on the rooftop?
Yeah, it's Naoto getting sliced in the back. Weird how she recovered from that so quickly. They only had an hour. What?
That's
What?
impossible. Huh? What's wrong?
What?
Ikutsuki.
Huh? No way.
Yakutsuki confirmed for DLC.
We're under attack by a persona.
Oh. Oh yeah, no, it's the other
The
persona.
enemy's preparing for another attack.
Incoming! Little persona!
Oh, she didn't actually pull the trigger.
What? I didn't even use my invoker yet.
I guess she's still a little trigger shy about that. Huh.
I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands. This will not be taking place within the TV world. It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can.
Which seems to imply that they could just use their personas whenever. Has to be a ridiculous oversight. Even though I'm from Texas, Labris's accent gets me laughing every time she says persona. Lester, Labris's accent isn't Texan though, or it's not Southern. Isn't it a Brooklyn accent?
Yukari-san, he's winding up for another one. We're getting off, Koromaru.
You're just gonna... Dude, if you threw a dog off a helicopter, the dog would die. I don't care how agile the dog is. That's ridiculous. It's that people and dogs... Okay, fine. I'll accept that. Ooh, Cerberus.
It seems you're always taking on the responsibility of saving others, Yukari-san.
Seriously, it's like, again, really? But I'll take this one. After all, I save the world on a weekly basis.
Nice. She sounds really close to how she was back in 2009, though. That's very impressive that voice actors can just pick it up again.
Yukari-san, everyone, please, save Lady Mitsuru.
I wonder what Kikuno's backstory is. She seems a little too dedicated. Alright. Oh, I probably get the fight, come to think of it. Although...
Where did he go?
Is this a multiverse situation? Because this is happening differently from the P4 story.
Hey, Ken-kun, did you really see Ikutsuki here a moment ago?
Yes. I didn't see him clearly, but there's no way I could have mistaken him.
Weird.
That's impossible. I mean, Shuji Ikutsuki is...
I think...
At the very least, it looks like he's not nearby. We can't let our guard down yet, though.
I think this is a divergent storyline.
Koromaru and I are going to continue looking for him.
Huh.
If that really was Ikutsuki, there's no doubt that he's involved in this case.
Interesting, then.
That's true. Can you and Koro-chan go after that guy from earlier?
But that person seemed to be using a persona. Won't it be dangerous for you two going off on your own?
Yeah, I was just thinking lifelong stories. That seems to be like the natural conclusion, but who would take the lead in this case?
Don't you worry about me and Koromaru. Even if we run into something we can't defeat, we'll find a way out of it.
Supposedly, Aigis is supposed to be the leader at this point.
And
but...
honestly, it's faster for us to split up. I am a bit worried, but I'm gonna believe in you guys.
Huh.
So I'll head to the station to get Junpei. It didn't seem like he'd figured out the situation yet.
Should be Aigis because she has the wild card. But then again, so does Elizabeth.
Huh? Weren't you talking to him on the phone earlier?
Elizabeth probably counts as a...
I was,
As a
but
P3
that idiot's
member.
phone ran out of batteries or something while we were still talking.
Jeez, Yukari keeps shitting on Junpei still.
But even if I can't rely on him to keep his phone charged, he's still good in a fight. So I have to meet up with him.
Oh yeah, known unknown. Good point. They did mention some kind of mysterious life-threatening weapon.
I see. He seems like kind of a goofball.
I thought it was just Palladian cannon.
Right?
That would
He's always
suck,
been
mongrel
so
and all.
useless.
But maybe this time around they'd actually have a cinematic for it. That would make up for it, I think.
Huh? Did I say something funny?
Nah, not really. It just sounded like you were actually kind of fond of him.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, I think you're right. What about you, Labras? What'll you do?
Elizabeth is trying to find a way to free his soul, but I think he's dead in any case, right?
I hope Mitsuru-san and the others are okay.
Like his body's
Could you please
dead.
go right to that tower? We'll head over there too as soon as we can.
Or has been dead for 3 years unless they've been keeping him in cold storage. I'd hate to think of the implications of that. Of course, they could always just shove a Dusk of Plume in him and he could be like a cyborg Persona 3 protagonist.
Right!
decided then. Labras, you head to that tower. Oh, also,
Seriously, lifelong stars? They have the... Wait, so the female... Oh, because he doesn't actually have a name, that's right. Or maybe... That's weird,
something
though.
felt off when I summoned my persona earlier. You might want to be careful.
I mean, the P3 movie came out already, so I don't see why they would hold back on
You felt it
the
too? It was
canonical
like,
names
well,
now.
It felt like the evoker wasn't working, didn't it?
Yeah, it might be that we can summon our personas without our evokers.
No, that's why I'm telling... That's why I'm saying Mars will... He'll be Cyborg. He'll be awesome.
In any case, we should get moving. If what General Teddy said is true, we don't have much time to spare.
Got it. If anything happens, let's meet at the bottom of the tower.
And then
Be
he could have a
careful,
true
both of you.
romance with Aigis.
Wait for us, Mitsuru-san.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a divergence from the P4 storyline. Unless they somehow got back on the helicopter again and airdropped to save Naoto. That would be funny.